Hi guys, good morning. For personal situations, I'm not gonna be connect with you in this period, but that doesn't mean that you are not gonna work. So I'm gonna let you the pages that you have to do and the instructions that you have to follow for you can have everything done. Hola chicos, buenos días. Por situaciones personales, el día de hoy no nos vamos a conectar a la clase, pero a continuación les voy a dejar las páginas del libro que deben de realizar, así como las instrucciones para que ustedes lo pueden hacer durante el periodo de inglés. Okay guys, so let's start. Yesterday what we started working was the reading comprehension. We had the opportunity to everyone can read a little part in class and also the ones that were connect. So the reading we already have done. If you consider that you need to read the text again because if it's missing something, because you forget some information specifically, you can do it again. It will be perfect. When you already have done that part, it's time to do the reading comprehension. The first exercise consists that you have to read the text for you can have the idea what is the main topic in the reading. You have four options. The first one says a mistake a teacher made. The second one, the problems a boy has finding a girlfriend. Number three, a friendship that was formed despite a misunderstanding. And the number four, the things a boy wishes he hadn't done to his friends. So take a look to your reading for you can make sure. I'm gonna give you a clue. The correct answer has the word of the title. En el primer ejercicio lo que debemos hacer es pues darle un vistazo, ¿verdad? Una vez más a la lectura que nosotros hicimos el día de ayer y tuvimos la oportunidad todos de leer un pequeño pedazo. Luego en el primer ejercicio vamos a circular el título o más bien la idea principal de lo que la lectura se trataba. ¿Verdad? Y tenemos tres opciones. Un error de la maestra, un problema que tiene un chico encontrando a una novia, la amistad que fue formada a pesar de un malentendido o la cuatro, cosas que un chico desea no haber hecho a sus amigos. Y les doy una pista. La respuesta correcta tiene una palabra del título. Okay, so if you are observant, you are gonna notice which is the correct answer. Now, for the second activity, you're gonna read the text again because it's necessary that you have the full information, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be useful. You have to complete the chain of the events graphic organizer with the main events of the story. So you have to write how the story starts, how is the development of the story, and how it ends. So according to the text, it says that the girl enjoys and likes to go to the secondary school. That will be the beginning. I mean, that it could be a phrase. I'm going to start my word like that. But if you consider that the story starts in a different place with different words, yes, you can include it. What I need is to make that you make a summarize, a brief explanation what is going on in all the text. Y en el segundo ejercicio vamos a darle un vistazo nuevamente al texto para asegurarnos que tenemos toda la información. Luego vamos a completar el organizador gráfico con los eventos que ocurrieron en la historia en el orden. Ok, la historia empieza porque a la chica le gusta, ella disfruta ir al colegio, ¿verdad? ¿Qué es lo que va sucediendo en el transcurso de la historia? Vayamos anotando esos sucesos importantes. And finalmente, pues cómo terminó. At the end, the story has a happy ending because the new kid, it turns to the best friend of the girl that we were talking about since the beginning. Al final, pues tenemos un bonito desenlace porque la historia concluye que el chico nuevo se vuelve amigo de la chica que inicialmente estábamos hablando al principio de la historia. So, please write in order all the activities, all the things that happened in the story, in the text, in the same order that you read. And please finish with the conclusion. What was the last action that you saw on the text? Okay, and in the third and last exercise, you have to read once again the text for you can describe each of the characters. There are 4 characters. You have to include the narrator, you have to include Sarah, Josh, and the teacher. Okay, how are they? How you notice that they can be? How you can describe it? Sarah is a girl who likes to go to the school, for example, just to give an example. En la tercera y última actividad vamos a leer una vez más el texto para estar seguros y vamos a describir cada uno de los personajes. Tenemos que incluir 4, el narrador, Sarah, Josh y la maestra. ¿Ok? Luego con adjetivos, como ustedes percibieron que los personajes eran dentro del texto, van a hacer una descripción a la par del nombre. So, for example, I can talk about Josh. He is a kind boy, he's easygoing, he's reliable, he can forgive to the people, etc., etc. Remember that this is depending on the text. Okay, and finally, you only have to work extra to this, the page 187. There we have a grammar topic. So please pull attention carefully to the explanation that I'm going to give you right now. So 187 will be the next page that we are going to work. And the topic will be past regrets with wish and if only. Cuando ya terminemos la Reading Comprehension, nos trasladamos a la página 187. Ahí vamos a encontrar el tema de grammar que nos corresponde. Y el día de hoy, pues son arrepentimientos pasados con wish, que significa desearía, o if only, si tan solo, y continúa la oración, ¿verdad? So, we're going to see what is this about. Vamos a ver de qué se trata. Wish plus subject plus past perfect is used to express a wish or regret about the past by saying how we would like the past to be different. When this structure is used, it's clear that our regret has no possible solution. Dice que la palabra wish, desearía, más el sujeto y una forma en pasado perfecto se va a utilizar para expresar algún deseo de arrepentimiento, algo que hicimos en el pasado. Y va a ser por medio de cómo quisiéramos que las cosas hubiesen o fueran diferentes. Cuando tenemos esta estructura se utiliza de forma clara que nuestro arrepentimiento no tiene una posible solución. Why? Because it's something that have been already passed. It's something that is in my past and I can change. ¿Por qué? Porque es algo que ya sucedió. Es algo parte de mi pasado y no lo puedo cambiar por más que yo haga cualquier cosa. No puedo regresar al tiempo. So, I wish I had studied more for Hein language. The reality is that I didn't. Muy bien, dice, yo desearía haber estudiado más idiomas, ¿verdad? Extranjeros. La realidad es que no lo hice. Maybe another would be, I wish I had studied more English. The reality is I didn't. Ok, me gustaría o desearía haber estudiado más inglés, porque ahorita me está costando, por ejemplo, pero la realidad es que no lo hice. The second example says, I wish I hadn't invited so many people to the party. The reality is that I invite too many people. En Spanish, Will says, desearía no haber invitado tantas personas a la fiesta. La realidad es que invité demasiada gente y ahora no alcanza la comida. For example, por ejemplo, another way of showing past regret, it will be is if only plus subject plus past perfect. Once again, the problem here has no solution. Otra forma para demostrar arrepentimientos pasados es por medio de la palabra if, only, más el sujeto y el verbo en pasado perfecto. If only es un condicional que significaría si solo. Si solo hubiera entrado a clase, no hubiera perdido el examen. Okay, if only I had get into the class, I haven't lost the exam. Okay, for example. So here we have another two. It says, if only I have listened to my grandmother's advice, the reality is that I didn't listen to her. Si tan solo o si solo hubiera escuchado a mi abuela y su consejo, pero la realidad es que no lo hice, ¿verdad? No la escuché. If only my cousin hadn't moved to France, the reality is that he did. Si tan solo o si solo mi primo no se hubiera mudado a Francia, pero la realidad es que lo hizo. So, wish and if only is gonna be when we want to express something that we regret, but it's something that we cannot change because it doesn't have a solution. It's something that is in my past and I cannot go back to the past. En conclusión, vamos a utilizar estas dos palabras, wish and if only, para expresar arrepentimientos por probablemente algún error que cometimos o algo que no nos atrevimos a decir. Pero no tiene solución, no lo puedo arreglar porque ya son parte de mi pasado y mi pasado no lo puedo cambiar. Okay, so please write next to the words the translation for these two words. Wish will be desearía and if only si tan solo o si solo. Okay, now I consider that you are ready for the exercise. So let's start with the letter A. In the first activity, we have to complete the sentence with the correct form for the verb in parentheses using affirmative or negative forms according to the context. Okay, so remember that every time that we are working with wish or if only, I need the past perfect form of the verb. How is going to be formed the past perfect form of the verb? With the auxiliary had and the verb in past participle form. ¿Ok? De acuerdo a lo que tengo que hacer en el ejercicio A, debo que completar las oraciones con la forma correcta del verbo en paréntesis. Vamos a utilizar formas afirmativas o formas negativas de acuerdo al contexto. ¿Cuál es la forma correcta que debemos de utilizar? De acuerdo a las instrucciones dice que es past perfect. ¿Cómo coloco el past perfect? Con el auxiliar had y el verbo principal en pasado participio. If you have regular verbs, you only have to include ed at the end. And if you have irregular verbs, you have to search the specific form for those. But I recommend you that you use your browser, put a list of verbs in past participle form, and you will have all of them. ¿Ok? Una recomendación que les doy es váyanse a su buscador, colocan forma pasado participio de los verbos y ahí les van a salir todos, ¿verdad? Porque recordemos que tenemos regulares, que solo les agregamos ed, and the irregular ones, y los irregulares tienen una forma completamente diferente. So I'm gonna give you the example for this, for you can have an idea how you have to work. The first one says, I wish we have the space, the verb that we have to use is start photography earlier. Yo desearía fotografía más temprano. So I'm going to use the structure of past perfect and it says that I have to use the auxiliary verb. So let's start with that. I have. Now the past participle form of start is started. Why? Because this is a regular verb. So only I need to include ed. Entonces eso sería todo. In conclusion, guys, all the sentences are going to be followed by the auxiliary had. Why? Because my rules in the grammar topic says that I need always this structure. Wish plus subject plus past perfect. Or if I have if only, it's going to be the same. If only plus subject plus past perfect. Okay, so this is the first example. Now let's do the second one. My father wishes he space buy an electronic car instead of a gasoline one. So according to my instruction says that I have to include the auxiliary and the verb in past participle form. The past participle form of buy is both. Okay. But guys, please be careful with number 4, 5, and 6 because we're gonna read it. It says, Marlon wishes he such a mess in his room when his friends came. So according to the context, is telling me that this sentence is gonna be negative. Okay, so number 4, negative. Number 5, negative. Number 6, negative. That it means that instead of only write had, I'm gonna put hadn't, okay? Because is the negative form. Hadn't and search the past participle form of have. Then hadn't, search the past participle form of break up, and also with the number 6. Okay, so I'm gonna let you the example. In each one for you only have to complete with the verb. Okay, so